Here we have a new 2026 GMC Yukon. Now this one comes in the Denali trim level with 4-wheel drive. Glacier white tri-coat is the paint, and then we have the teak and light shale leather interior. Powertrain consists of a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, and that's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED signature lights and the LED fog lights. And really, this has really grown on me ever since this came out as a new model in 25. I was kind of skeptical about the lights and all of that, but it's really grown on me. Love the big bold grille and then the overall presence of this Yukon here. Now this one's a Denali with the Denali Reserve package. It's a 10K plus package, which includes these beautiful 22-inch aluminum wheels, and just love that design there. A few other options, rear media package, so on and so forth. We have the power running boards there, passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Love the wood grain there, power door lock controls, memory seat functions, and then one touch up and down windows for the front, express down on the back, power folding side mirrors with blind spot monitors, and then we have our rear window lockout there. Bose premium sound system, and then full 4-wheel drive, so we have 4-low as well. We have a $1,000 optional air ride adaptive suspension, so we can adjust the suspension there, go through our drive modes here, and then you see them in the animation there on the screen, and we'll get to that in a minute. Electronic parking brake, trailer brake controller, 360 camera, auto stop toggle, self parking assist. There's a lot there. Power tilt telescoping steering wheel, hood release, and then here's the power driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar support. But I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Yukon Denali today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. Takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna hop in here. So great space. See if I can get the seat back more. So that's all the way back there. And then we do have the rear media system, so you can hook up HDMI ports, see the vehicle status here, which is pretty neat. And then your settings, just pretty easy to use. Now down here we have our 3-stage heated outboard seats we can control, the rear AC controls, 2 HDMI ports for those screens, and then 2 USB-C charge ports, and then a 3-prong household plug-in. So you can pretty much plug up an Xbox or a PlayStation back here if you want to do that, which is pretty cool to have that capability. There's a view of the front, and there's the sunshade for the roof. There's a look at the 3rd row, and then you do get a USB-C charge port on either side, and then a bottle holder as well. And I can sit back there. It's not the most comfortable, but being 6'3", I can literally sit in the front seat, the 2nd row, and the 3rd row with all the seats adjusted for someone of my size. So that's pretty good space. We can hang a shirt there if we need to, and then LED reading lights throughout. Fuel filler there. And then to the back end, full LED tail lights, quad tip exhaust system. And then we do have our hitch receiver behind that cover if you ever want to tow something. And there is the spare tire. So even with it having as much space as it does in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd rows, you still have ample storage space behind the 3rd row. Top tethers are integrated on the back of all 5 seats there. And then if for whatever reason you want even more space, you can hit one of these buttons to fold the seat down. So you can see the space compared to when the 3rd row's down to when it's up. So that does have out quite a bit. And then you have another 3-prong household plug-in there. Now around to the rear passenger side, your lower anchors sticking out right there. And then you can tumble the seat. You can fold it flat by hitting this once, hit it a 2nd time, and then that'll tumble forward. And then you can use this to move the seat forward and back. So it's in kind of a, I don't know what I did to it, but it's in kind of a lock position there. But and then you all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at the window sticker. So quite a few options on this one. Again, this has the Denali Reserve package, $10,630. Highly recommended because you get these very expensive optional 22-inch wheels, the sunroof, the power steps, the rear media system, Super Cruise, and then that 2-speed transfer case along with the trailering functions that come with that max trailering package. So $98,169 is that sticker price. But our front passenger seat power with 4-way power lumbar. Lockable glove compartment. It's just a nice interior overall. Now as we come back around to the front end, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 6.2 V8. And then before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm going to show off the blinkers. Let's go ahead and hop in. So nice heated leather wrap steering wheel here. Looks great, feels great, nice thick padding. There's the horn. Now over to the infotainment system. First, I want to show you this little storage compartment up here. If you want to have some up there for whatever reason, you can do that. Now this infotainment system does allow you to have your AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, Google News, and then you have a USB drive as well. You also still get wireless CarPlay, Android Auto here, which is nice. Your vehicle status. You can pull that up here. You have a nice animation if you want to see tire pressure monitors, oil life, or whatever. And then you can go into the separate, I guess, sub-menus here if you want to see all that individually based on what it is. And then we have the Google Assistant system, so we have access to Google Maps if you want to use that. Dual zone automatic climate controls. Again, the rear AC controls as well. So you can control the front here. And then you also have down below here, you can either use this as a touchscreen or use the button. So it's pretty neat. And there's several different ways to adjust the climate controls depending on what you're wanting. And then your settings go in here. Vehicle settings include teen driver, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive, Super Cruise, lane change. And then if you want to scroll down to your system settings, you can change your language here and your units of measurement right in there. Auto park assist. They have a new thing in a lot of GM vehicles called recording, so you can basically use the interior camera and then plug in a USB drive, and then you can kind of record what's going on the inside. Wireless charging pad, it shows my phone's charging there. And I will say these newer wireless charging pads in these vehicles actually work well, because in my Mach-E, I have a 21, my wireless charging pad is trash. I have a 22 Acura MDX, wireless charging pad is trash. But this one here will charge my phone pretty quickly, and it'll actually add quite a bit of life to it in a short period of time. So I guess it's just more modern. But electronic child safety locks, we can activate that there. We have the garage door transmitter we can set up, heads-up display, power steps, you want to turn those on or off. And then this entertainment hub gives you access to those rear screens there. Now for your cameras, you get quite a few angles. So this is the backup camera. We have that bird's eye view, front camera, kind of have a top-down view from either angle, and then blind spot cameras as well. And then if you're trailering or you're towing something, you can hook that up as well. With 3-stage heated cooled seats, the controls are always down here. You can sync the AC system, then you have a shortcut for your controls as well as a shortcut for your settings there. Now USB-C, USB-A duo, again, that wireless charging pad. You can stow all that. Bottle holders here. You can stow that as well. And then your center console cubby space. Now I'm gonna go through some controls here, then show you a little secret compartment. But this is the theft sensor inclinator. If you wanna turn that on or off, that sensor will go off when it senses the interior being broken into. You can fold the third row, lift gate controls here, sunroof controls, that's for the shade, OnStar, rear camera mirror. Now this here is a secret button. The reason it doesn't have anything that's telling you what it is because this gives you access to a storage tray underneath the actual center console. So pull that out here and then you can put valuables there or just stuff you don't want to be out in the open, maybe your phone, just so no one is tempted to break in here. But there is the roof there. So there's a one-touch slide. Goes all the way behind the glass. Love that. You can close it as well. And one of my favorite features about these is you can close the sunroof while you're closing the shade, so you don't have to wait for the roof to close all the way before the shade starts closing. And unlike a lot of the Fords, you don't have to hit it twice. There's the vanity mirror. And then back up front here, wipers, rear wipers. There's a fluid, front fluid, high beams. And then your shifters on the column. So hit the brake, pull for neutral, pulling up for reverse, pulling down for drive. And then while in drive, you can activate your low mode. Use these paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to go through the gears for the limiter. And then you can press P for park there. Behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can go through track list, radio station presets. Behind on the right side, volume up, volume down. We get adaptive cruise. Now, when this is on, everything's working. You do have hands-free driving. When applicable, you can turn that on or off, which I love. I'm so glad GM finally did this instead of just making you use the Super Cruise. When the indicator's on, it just kind of lets that be on. And you can see the little emblem there letting you know that the hands-free driving is activated. And when it senses that, it'll just cut on, kind of like Blue Cruise does. You don't have to hit the button when this turns green. But you can hit this cancel button and go between adaptive and then regular cruise there. And then you can set your speed, gap adjust for the adaptive cruise and the forward collision alert there. And then this side, mute, phone, and you can use this to scroll through your favorites, or if you hit the audio sources, you can scroll through there. Voice recognition, the heated steering wheel toggle, and then this goes through your gauge faces. So you have about 4 or 5 of those that you can pick between. So I like that one. And then in front of me here, we have the heads-up display. And then you can change those settings in the screen there. Hazards right there. And finally, push button start. Here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 GMC Yukon Denali Reserve out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Yukon Denali, very powerful 6.2 V8, no surprise there. Gets up to speed very nicely, and the 10-speed does a great job just kind of going through the power, and I like that. It makes it more fuel efficient on the highway, but getting up to speed finds a gear pretty quickly that it needs to maximize your torque response. Now I do have it in sport mode now, so I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to give it a good pull getting on the interstate. I'm not going to floor it, but I am going to give it something just so y'all can hear the engine, hear the exhaust, and kind of get that full effect there. But this only has about 15 miles on it, so I don't want to thrash it before it's been broken in at least a little bit. Here we go. So it just gets up to speed with such ease. it's just, it's fantastic. Now I have the lane centering on now, the adaptive cruise. Ride quality is fantastic, but especially with this air ride adaptive suspension, it's very smooth going down the road. But I want to give another big thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Yukon Denali today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But it's just the Yukons ride so well, again, especially when you go up to the Denali, you have the air suspension. Even with these 22s, you can hear them more than you can feel them, which is fantastic. And they're really not overly loud. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, I mean, it's no bargain. If you are on some sort of budget, unless it's between this and an Escalade, you're getting one of these because you want something nice, you can afford it, and money's not super tight. Now, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you can get it done, but I mean, this is gonna run you around $2,000, depending on what you have going on with the interest rates and all of that, if you get warranty, so on and so forth. Not necessarily at $2,000, but depending on how long you finance, so on and so forth, you'll be in that $1,500 to $2,000 range in terms of a monthly payment. But you know, an Escalade might run you $3,000, and maybe $2,000's not terrible, but $3,000's too much. And in that sense, I mean, it's somewhat of a, not a bargain, but it saves you money, because the newer Escalades, as nice as they are, a lot of the stuff that you need, like you need a 3-row SUV, you need it to be large because you're going to be towing, whatever. The Escalade and Yukon pretty much ride on the same platform. The Escalade is just nicer, but in a lot of ways you might not notice. So you still have heated cooled seats here. You might have heated cooled in the Escalade. Maybe if you get up to a Platinum Sport, something like that, you start adding massage seats and whatnot. But depending on who you are, 100,000 compared to 135,000 might be your breaking point. So with that being said, you get a lot here. You don't have to go up to an Ultimate, but it pretty much has everything that the Ultimate has other than the seats. But at this price point, I might go up to an Ultimate, but having the air ride suspension is great. Love this glacier white paint, and everything else just feels top of the line, as it should. So a very nice spec here, very nice build out. And at $98,000, it might be the one that fits in your budget. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 GMC Yukon Denali.